Hey, how you doing? This is Erick Jimenez of AMP Live TV and AMP Live Real Estate Show, coming to you live here today for Thursday Deals Day. Now, I'm going to share with you a few things today in regards to what's happening with real estate, creative real estate, pre-foreclosures, probates, tired landlords, and all that other good stuff. That sound you just heard of the clock ticking. One, it's for two reasons. First and foremost, its clock is ticking for investors who are just sitting on the fence and newbies and all that good stuff and not adapting to creative real estate investing business and sticking to, the bird dog mentality as well as maybe like the wholesale mentality, which is great. It's going to work for you. It's changed your life and it's going to continue to change your life. But sooner or later, you're going to leaving money. I guarantee you're leaving money on the table when you're doing this. So today I'm going to share a couple of things with you. Make sure that we're all good to go. And this is actually live on all the platforms that we're supposed to be going live on. Now, obviously, you're not going to see my mug, but you're going to see the screen there. You're going to see, you're going to hear my voice. Make sure we're live here. Let me go ahead and refresh this to make sure we're good to go. Hopefully, you're doing well. Yeah, we're live right now. Cool. Let me see what we got. Okay. Yep. Got the big old Erick Jimenez with the American flag. Americans, AHA, Americans helping Americans, one American at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others across the United States of America. I may have to just bring this over here so you can actually hear me because I forget that, hey, this is a different little bit of a setup. So we're going to bring the mic over here so you can hear me a little better. Obviously, with the Yeti Blue, whatever the heck it's called, mic, that I guess somebody referred to me to getting. But yeah, and the second reason you hear that TikTok, it's for sellers, right? Sellers that are sitting on the fence going, oh, I'm going to get this sold. And they're asking too much for their property. Now, properties are astronomical. They're upside down. Not upside down. They're going as far as, they're going up and they're going up. And I get it. Agents are, leaving properties on the market where the days on the market suck unless you're really good at, pricing the home correctly and doing the work that's needed and then actually getting it sold by working with who? Your agents, right? Working with agents that, that are good and not good, it's because that can hinder, obviously, a sale, even in a traditional sale. So to keep it positive, I'm not going to say too much about what I have to think about agents or even wholesalers or even other people out there. Hey, I'm not perfect. I know. I get that. That's for damn sure, right? But at the end of the day, I know what I want and I know what we need. I know when we're going after a deal and structuring the deal, we got to get things done, right? The goal is to lock in like a shark, let those eyes roll in the back of your head, and then lock in and not let go. Because once you let go, if they take off, this is on the real estate investing side, then yes, someone else is going to list the property. Some jabroni is going to get it and make your dollars, or some unscrupulous person is going to go exploit that seller in some way, because they're going to blow smoke up their butt and tell them whatever the heck they want to hear, and then they go for it, right? So it's just an amazing thing. It's different. It is what it is. But over the years, I guess I've been blessed with one, my mouth, two, understanding and constructing stuff and understanding people. That is my business at the end of the day. And that's why we're here today for AMP Live TV, always real, raw, and standing for truth. It's the AMP Live Real Estate Show. Obviously, you see my name there, Erick Jimenez. Yes, I'm a patriot. Yes, or whatever that means to you. I'll tell you what, not even a patriot. I'm an American, right, at the end of the day. First and foremost, I'm an American. Doesn't matter what color I am. Doesn't matter how long I've been in the country or any of that good stuff. Yes, I'm an American. First, I believe in America. First, I believe in Americans. First, I believe in American built. Now, AHA, Americans Helping Americans, is built by what? America. Built by Americans. Built by the American dream. That's what this is all about and what I'm going to share with you, because today is at 2 p.m. Usually, we do like what's called the Real Estate Domination Live Networking Meetup, et cetera, et cetera. Usually I wanted to bring on VIPexecs and a couple other peeps with some links and stuff. But obviously, hey, every Thursday we'll just do this at 2 p.m. What is this for? Yes, it's the way it's to show you how to dominate your area, to understand and show you if you're a real estate agent or a broker or a real estate investor, newbie, season, doesn't matter. How do you dominate your area with no money, some money? And what is the mindset that it takes to go ahead and do that, right? Now, obviously, I'm not going to lie. Once you turn it on, it just starts flowing, right? So that's when you know things are right. So deals are coming down the wire. The people on our Creative Real Estate Investing AMP Live Accelerator, our new program that we rolled out in April, is obviously part of the founder and charter members Now, I'm doing this because we got, let me be clear on all this first and foremost. I want to say thank you for all past, present, future mentees of America. That's for the American Mentee Program. Our newest program is the AMP Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator with founders and charter members. Now, as we move forward, I'm going to go ahead and refire that simply because, yes, there are some people, we're going to replace some people in the founders. We're going to replace some people in the charter section as well. And at the same token, I'm doing this because of the 250-year celebration of America, right? Even though, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, right? I'm not going to get into the government stuff. I'm not going to get into the current politicians and how shitty it is for everybody and everything right now as far as that's considered and what's transpiring there. I will tell you this, though. I do believe in my country, but at the same token, it should be us, America, right? We're a self-governed people. See, and a lot of those people up there think that we're a bunch of idiots because at the end of the day, look, the system was set up to keep you out, right? I'm going to go ahead and put this up here. I also want to remind you that AHA Amp Live is powered by Amp Live Media, a media broadcasting and marketing company, as well as VIPexecs, our partner, associate partners that are going to be here as part of to help you with your business, right? That's VIPexecs Realty, Lending, and Investments, and Luxury Properties, Step into Excellence. If you have a license and you want to drop and you want the best of both worlds, then you need to come aboard and talk to us. I'll pass you on to the broker, and if it's a good fit, hey, great. If not, that's okay. Maybe sometime down the road. At the same token, I live in the private sector, but I'm part of both sides. So you want to have the creative real estate investing as well, right? And what I mean by that is not just wholesaling. Wholesaling is great. It's a one-trick pony. Can you build a firm out of that? Yeah, it's no different than being a real estate agent. But unless you're a broker or you build it up to be like a broker and you bring all the leads in, you got acquisitions and dispo and lead generation, then you are kind of like a brokerage at the same time, right? But only doing one thing. It's kind of like agents would do one thing, right? List properties and work with buyers. List properties, work with buyers. Where the disconnect is, well, there's a lot of buyers that if they understood creative real estate investing, they'd have more units, they'd have more volume, they'd have more money, they'd be making more money. At the same token, hey, do you need a bank to buy a house? No, I'm telling you right now, right? At the end of the day, the system was built to keep you out, period. All right, so before I get into this, I'm going to do just a little overview. I'll probably do about maybe 30 minutes here. I'm going to do a little bit of training on a deal and share it with you on what's transpiring in Southern California and, yes, throughout the United States of America, from the East Coast to the West Coast and everything in between. But I'm going to break down a deal with our newest wholesale calculator that we're rolling out. That's a different little separate thing. It's not. It's a little system that's going to help you break down these deals because it's important to understand and know how to underwrite these deals so you know what you have when you're talking and being able to get these things sold to investors, right? So the system was built to keep you out. I'm going to go ahead and go through this real quick, all right? Most Americans believe, the only path is some water to real ownership is through a bank. 20% down, perfect credit, a process designed to make you feel small. That's not a fact. That's a system, and creative finance, or creative real estate, I should say, exists to bypass it entirely. I'm not a fan of the creative finance word. I prefer creative real estate. That is my jam. And once again, I help people with their creative real estate investing business, at least stepping into that realm. And even if you're new, that's right. We start off as a get you rocking and rolling. You can be a bird dog. You can be a wholesaler. You can be a creative real estate investor. You can buy, sell, fix, flip, become a real estate agent. Because if you do become a real estate agent, you're going to make more money. People say, oh, I don't need my license. And a bunch of people told me and said, I don't need my license. And that it's better not to have a license. Look, I'm gonna kind of kill that myth a little bit, and this is just my opinion, but it is what it is. Will you make more money as a real estate agent? Yes, because first and foremost, if you're coming in through the back door and you're trying to work a deal through creative real estate or just real estate investing in general, and you want to lock up the deal and all that good stuff, you're going to run through the numbers, and for whatever reason, the 70% doesn't work for them, and you got to move on. But if you understand creative real estate investing, then you can go to 75, 80, 85. You can go to 90% and novate it. Shit, if that don't work, hey, you can run them through the brokerage, VIPexecs Realty and Lending. Maybe they get a loan. Maybe they want to refi. Maybe they need to list the property, and you can novate it and list it through VIPexecs Realty, Lending, and Investments. That's the key, right? At the end of the day, you're going to take off your real estate investing hat, put on your real estate hat, and guess what? List the property and get it sold. Now, a lot of times on some of these leads, you're going to be working leads. You're going to come in through the front door. But if you didn't have a license, there's nothing you can do. You have to refer it out, pass it on, and hopefully you'll make a couple of bucks, or hopefully the agent's good enough to actually list it and get it sold. Otherwise, you don't see any money, which usually is probably about 99% of the time, simply because it just doesn't happen, right? But not with us, not with VIPexecs Realty Lending Investments, as well as AHA, Amp Live, and myself, Erick Jimenez. I'm gonna make sure that we're gonna run the whole scenario through the gamut. In other words, I like to call it the real estate investing or the Amp Live method, running it through the funnel of leads, appointments, to deals, to offers, to COE. And then at the same token, that's just setting stuff up. Now you have to have a system in place, right? But I'm not gonna dive into that. All I'm gonna share with you is that, look, I'm just like you. I'm not a guru. I am a person who wants to say, look, man, how do these guys and gals make money with real estate? How are they locking up real estate? They don't even got a license. How are they doing that? Or the ones that do have a license, how are they doing that, right? Is it legal? Can you do that? My broker said I cannot do that. My broker doesn't want me to do that. Or, maybe, trust me, there's agencies and brokerages that are doing both. And that is the future of real estate, creative real estate investing. Now I'm going to share with you, we do have the charter spots right open, as well as, and we're doing it for the 250-year anniversary of America. I'm not sure how long we're going to do it, if we're going to do it all the way up to July 4th, or I know for sure the founder, the founder pricing, don't want to do that too much, right? Because it's a loss leader. At the end of the day, it is just do it yourself. So, but for the promos, I've been doing a couple of things here and there, with some hybrids of, mentoring and coaching and stuff like that. So, but right now, if it's there, you see it, I'm going to go ahead and put it in right out of the gate. I'm going to put it in the chat for you. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. So you'll have it. Let me see. Let me go ahead and where's that at? Right there. So it's 250 years. Right there, boom, 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 boom. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna scan this. Is this the right one? Let me see. I like this one here, right? The 250-year thing. All right, that's the promo. Obviously, have my taglines right. I'm a mentor. Yeah, I mentor others across the United States of America and help them with their creative real estate investing business, or this real estate. It doesn't have to be, I'll help you with your wholesale stuff at the end of the day. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the chat, because it usually starts off as wholesaling, but then once they find out that they can make so much more doing other things, which is creative, couldn't do it, but now they know they can, and they have the support of us to make that happen. Let me go ahead, and I'm going to put a smaller link as well. I'll put the links in here. There's 2 ways to come aboard right now. Limited spots. Yes, this is your moment. As I always say, rock and roll in all that you do. Okay, I'm going to put that right up in there. And you got 2 choices. Very simple. And I'll explain that to you in a little bit, right? But let's get back to it, right? Like I said, the system was built to keep you out. And it's been like that forever, right? You got the elites, you got the people with money, you got the people who have JOBs, you got the people who don't think they could ever do real estate, or like me, hey, you become a computer engineer. So, no, I'm not smart enough. Become an architect. No, I'm not smart enough. What else is there, right? All those big degree type of businesses that, my mom and dad used to tell me to do when I was younger, but didn't have didn't think that it was possible. Or, you know what? A lot of it was just freaking boring. I said, man, I don't want to do that shit. I'm not going to be a computer dude, or I like drawing, but I just want to draw. I don't want to have to draw buildings and math and all kinds of other stuff, right? So, it is what it is. Maybe I was a bit more artsy fartsy, kind of like my daughter, right? She's super smart, though. Not saying I am. I'm just saying she's super smart, real smart girl. My son, he's smart too, and quick as a whip. But at the end of the day, it's just applying yourself. There's nothing that you cannot do. As long as you put your mind to it, you stick to it, and do not give up, you'll come out the other side. It's what happens. A lot of people get stuck in the system, right? Because the system was built to keep you out. But it's a little bit ironic, but it's really, with the analogy I'm just shared with you, it's more like the system is built to keep you in, right? So you don't go through the other side, right? They want you to stay right there in the shit, right? And it kind of sucks, right? And I know I've always felt like that. Even when I worked a corporate job, I was like, damn, there's got to be a better way. Damn, there's got to be a better way. Damn, there's got to be a better way. And it was real estate. I wanted to become a real estate investor. And that was my whole goal and my whole jam, right? Obviously you can, I know you see a picture of myself there. right here, obviously, and a bunch of other pictures. There's no pictures of my family and things of that nature, right? Now, I get all that. People say, hey, get a picture of your family here, do this and that and all that good stuff. There's people showing their family, their kids and all that kind of stuff. But I've always been kind of the opposite. Even when Facebook came out and they're sharing stuff, right? And I'm like, I don't care. I just want to do business. I don't care that you're at lunch. I don't care that you're, got to go use the restroom. I don't care anything about any of that shit because we don't even know each other, right? And I was like, man, that's just such a poser. But yet here I am, I'm online, right? And if you notice, I am a little bit more, my core is a little different. I believe in having the core. That just means that I'm very, very loyal and I have a lot of integrity and loyalty to the people I work with. That means you. Anybody who comes aboard, right? I'm just a regular person here who knows a little something more than most people in the United States of America. About 97% of Americans do not know how to do creative real estate investing, let alone set up an LLC, let alone how to set up a business or any of that, what they should, because it's their legal right to do. We're a self-governed people, but yet we don't do the stuff that the government does and politicians do and big businesses do, but you have the right to because you're in America. Why do you think so many people want to come to America? For a reason. But then they talk a lot of shit. Oh, America this, America that. Then what the hell are you doing here, right? I always say, get the hell out if you don't like it. But it's not true because they all want to come to America, but you can't adopt your own ways. You gotta go with the American way. And even that's kind of turning into, you know what? I'm not even going to say it, right? There's a lot of shit and a lot of stuff going on, and I don't approve of it. But, hey, sooner or later, Americans got to wake up, and they are. And then they got to get together and they got to rock and roll. Hence, that's why AHA's cause and mission started over a decade ago to help our fellow Americans, one American at a time, one family at a time, one property at a time, to do our part, our little part, to help our fellow Americans across the United States of America, together with you and others in the USA. That's what this is all about. And obviously, AMP Live Media was born, VIPexecs Realty Investments, VIPexecs Realty Lending and Investments, as well as luxury properties, has the same mantra. And that's why we were aligned to work together, because you need to have that money. You got to have that agency. And there are people that do love real estate. They love the designing part of it. They love helping people. So that is an awesome, perfect candidate for a real estate agent to hang their license with somebody who actually cares, who's going to teach them, who's going to work with them. Because I guarantee you, when you get your license, the first 2 years, you're going to bounce around. The broker's going to say they're going to do this for you, and they don't do shit. They're going to say they're going to do that for you with marketing, and none of that marketing happens. They're going to say this training, we're going to do this, and none of that shit happens because the broker don't give a shit. I'll be honest with you, right? But that's not the case with VIPexecs Realty Lending and Investments and AMP Live and AHA. That's the only reason why we care about what's going on here with you and others across the United States of America, right? Because that's how this stuff was born. We've been through it, right? We've been through the ups and the downs and, being promised this and being promised that. At the end of the day, creative real estate has just been my way. And I'm going to share that with you today, okay? So I'm going to share a couple of things with you. Then I'm going to get into the wholesale calculator that's being rolled out, and that's going to be separate. It's not in the program, but I also will share with you. It's in the chat right there. I'm going to go ahead and share this with you. Let me move a little bit further on the system here. Now, you can go here. You can claim your spot for $1,997. I believe there's another one that's rolling out. It's a super duper special. This is a $12,000, $13,000 program, right? Okay, so I'm going to share just a couple of things here, just kind of like the Reader's Digest version, right? But hopefully you understand where I'm coming from, because look, I am just like you, okay? I just know something that you don't. Like I said, 97% of real estate investors do not know how to do creative real estate investing. They don't know SubTo. They don't know creative finance. They don't even know lease options, right? Or even a simple rent-to-own type of thing, let alone wholesale. Most people don't even know what wholesale is. Or a bird dog, right? That's like the oldest term in the world, a bird dog. What is a bird dog? Go out and find me the ugliest property on the block, send it to me, and if I buy it, I'll give you a referral fee, right? No, not a JV. No, we're not going to partner up with you. I'll give you a damn referral fee because that's what you've earned, right? Now, if you want more money, then become a wholesaler. Heck, when I started, I didn't even call myself a wholesaler, right? So most of you guys and gals should be calling yourselves investors, not wholesalers. Wholesalers, it sounds to me, just for me personally, right? Wholesaler is just kind of sounds like a car salesman, right? Period. there's nothing awesome about it except for wholesaler. It's like cheap, and you sell cars, and one trick pony at 70 cents on the dollar. You got to move on. Now, I'm not saying, hey, you make a lot of money, you make a lot of buckaroos until the market starts shifting and changing. Then you're going to have to adapt and learn creative real estate investing to be able to touch on these and lock up these deals. But that's also, like I say, it's a natural progression, right? But if you want to spend 3 to 5 years or wait, be it like the clock ticking earlier, tick tock, tick tock, and then when it slams down and it's in front of your face, you're like, oh shit, well, it's already a day late and a dollar short. Good luck. You're going to lose out. You might be able to survive in the storm, possibly if someone takes you under the belt and helps you and works with you. Otherwise, the ones that are learning this stuff now are going to be prepared. So when the storm breaks and the big old giant waves rock, at least we're going to have a surfboard, or we're going to rock and roll and surf our way to the shore and get ready for the next, wave of shit that's going to happen, right? Because it's real estate. It's cyclical. Whether the government creates it, whether, the economic system is set up on purpose to do this shit, right? Because that's what happens if you look at history, how they try to have history and then try to delete history and try to repurpose history, try to rebuild history, because every generation is going to forget shit, right? And then they try, if you don't know there's any history, or if it's not documented, or they manipulate it any way you want, once again, the system was built to keep your butt out. That's just the bottom line. And I got sick and tired of that, right? At the end of the day, no. Sooner or later, you're going to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. You're going to get frustrated, and you go, man, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way. And that's why I built this program, the Amp Live Creator Real Estate Investing Accelerator, but also why we created the American Mentee Program. And after all, that's what this show is supposed to be, about the American Mentee Program. And that's a true one-on-one mentoring program. But you know what? 250-year celebration. You know what? Yeah, I'm going against the grain, right? Just stick to one thing and sell you one thing. You know what? And sell you the lowest thing, right? Sell you some $37, low ticket item or whatever. I'm just coming to you with truth at the end of the day. So if you watch this and you appreciate it, please like, love, and share. I know a lot of people, I saw some posts, they go, man, why do all these people, they watch this shit, but then they don't like and share, love and share? What's the problem? What's the deal? What's going on with that? They thought it was weird. You see all the little posts in there, right? I'm sure I'm not going to share why. I'm sure I have my own theories, and we all got our own theories about stuff like that, right? It's a popularity thing, right? Like when you go to school, you go to high school, are you going to hang out with the long hairs? You're going to hang out with the nerds? You're going to hang out with nobody and just do your schoolwork? Or, it's all about that shit, right? And that's the problem with social media. Now, I've never been a person who gives a shit at the end of the day, whether you like me or don't like me. I don't really care. The bottom line is that I'm true to blue. I will fight for you. And I've always been the underdog type of person. Let me tell you a little story that happened when I was younger. And maybe you want to hear it or not, but I'm going to share it with you because I can, because this is my show, the Amp Live Real Estate Show, right? And Amp Live TV. And it's always going to be for, standing for, it's always going to be raw. It's going to be truthful. And that's just what this is all about. Hopefully it resonates with you, right? But I remember a long time ago, I ended up living with my dad. I had to go to a new school. I had to adapt to a new school. And then, I was a shy guy, but at the same token, I would be the type of person that only would speak. And when I spoke, there were words of wisdom at the end of the day. And go, oh, shit, where did that come from, Mr. Jimenez? Blah, 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 blah. But then, just adapting and adjusting. There was this kid who always sat at the back of the class. And then we go on break. And, loner boner, I'm just trying to make friends and, get to know people. And all of a sudden this loner boner kid, this big old tall guy named, I think it was Brent or something like that, or Bert, started picking on his ass. Now, this kid had bed hair, and his hair's all smashed up in the back. Smart kid, though. I found out later on that he's pretty smart. And, he started picking on him. And I'm just a little dude, right? I'm like, man, hey, why don't you leave the dude alone? I got in front of him. I said, why don't you leave him alone? He said, what are you going to do, shrimp, man? I don't beat your ass. Excuse my French, right? I said, I don't know. Do whatever you got to do, but leave him alone. And that's what I did. That's what I've always done throughout my life at the end of the day. And then the people will always say, hey, you know what? Good luck at that. That's never going to happen. You're never going to achieve that. And I always win at the end as well, because I always do achieve and I always do win at the end. Always, no matter what. And that's just because I'm a fighter. That's what I do, right? I've been through shit and all that good stuff, and I think differently. And I want to share that with you because that's what it takes. It's not too far. It's not too hard to turn that faucet on, right, and make things happen. But at the end result, yeah, this is what happened with the big old dude, right? He could have beat me up, but I didn't stand down, looked him in the eye, and he said, "Go for it, do whatever you're gonna do," right? And he said, "You know what? Nah, you know what? You're not worth my time. It's cool." But then later on, he did come around and said, "Hey, man, I respect you. I appreciate that. You got some balls, young man, blah, 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 or young guy or whatever, shrimp or whatever he was calling me and stuff, right?" And he actually ended up becoming my friend. And the young guy, invited me over to his pad and stuff. I saw his stuff. So he's kind of, like a loner boner, very smart dude. But, he's an introvert, still, maybe a maturity thing of some sort or whatever. But I thought that was a cool story, and it's been like that, kind of like a trend through my life, right? For whatever reason. So it's the same for you. Maybe you're the underdog. Maybe you're the one who's saying, "Man, why can't I? Why are things, not happening for me, or why are they happening when they do? Or, I'm not afraid to do this or afraid to do that." Social media has given everybody a voice. So everybody who has a voice is, I get it. Not everybody is who they are at the end of the day. And at the end, so they may make up some shit, or it gives them a voice to think that they can talk a bunch of shit or say shit. But then when you see them face to face, it's a different jam, right? The whole attitude's a little bit different, right? And how they think about stuff. So it's definitely interesting, right? And I think it's given everybody a voice, even the nerds, even the people who wouldn't talk or whatever, and just it's created bullshit. It's created endorphins. But here we are, right? Hopefully you're getting endorphined out and getting a bunch of information here, because I'm going to share a couple of things with you, right? With the American Mentee Program. We're here to help you. We're here to help you. It's true one-on-one mentoring. Nobody does what we do across the United States of America, I think, or even in the world. And I can say that because nobody wants to, right? Nobody wants to babysit. Nobody wants to answer calls. Nobody wants to work with you 7, 6, 5, 4 days, including in the morning from 7 to 9 p.m. Nobody wants to do that, right? They'd rather pass it on to someone else that they pay. Maybe it's AI. Maybe it's someone in the Philippines. Maybe they're people that work in their office. Maybe they're people that are in their group. Maybe they're students and all that good stuff, right? And I get it. For me, I always thought that's the blind leading the blind, except for the top 10%. It's no different when I got started with the real estate investing groups, right? You go to the real estate investing groups, and the 10% that are in there are the ones that are kicking butt and rocking and rolling, but that's the good old boys and gals club. If you can get in there, cool. But then they feed off of all the newbies that come in because they got money. They're either investing or they're not investing, or they're brand new and they're kicking tires. So they gobble up and work with those people. And if they can make it, cool, maybe they'll become part of the 10%. But they know the statistics, right? 97% of the people are going to come, they're going to go, they're going to come, and then they're going to disappear. Maybe they'll do a deal here, maybe they'll do a deal there, maybe they will, maybe they won't, maybe they'll buy into the program, maybe they'll join the club and get that residual income. That's the jam. It's no different than a seminar, right? Or a webinar. That business is big. I get it. I've always loved that stuff, right? I'm not gonna lie. I went to my first seminar when I was 14 years old. I talked my dad into becoming my partner. It took about 2 hours to do. He lent me $500, and I went to the seminar and became his partner, right? And that's when I got hooked with all this type of stuff that we're doing now. That's why, if you notice, you can hear a little chipper in my voice, because I enjoy this, right? And like I mentioned, I tell mentees and other people, even people in my family, until I decide I don't want to do this, then I won't. I'll stop, right? But I can. So we got a lot of stuff rolling out. We got the calculators. We got lead magnets. We got SubTo calculators. We got a bunch of stuff that's in the business that I'm going to be giving away, yes, for free, just to give away to you, to help you in this business. And then, I'm not going to lie, it's selfishly to get you into my ecosystem, to get Erick Jimenez into, and you guys, to get you guys into Erick Jimenez's ecosystem. What does that mean? Right? Ecosystem. You're not Apple. You're not freaking a big ass company like Chrysler or something, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. No, yeah, I want your email. I want your phone. I want you to touch base. And that's cool. You can opt out, because if you opt out, great. We don't want you in there anyways, because you're a waste of time. Yeah, we're going to make money. Of course we are. We're all going to make money. But just remember, free is shit and shit is free, but someone has to pay for it. So that means I'm paying for it. We're paying for it. Time, right, is irreplaceable. But I'm willing to put the stuff on the table because I know it will help you. I wish I had this stuff when I got started, right? Now, I'm not going to read this verbatim. I'm just going to go through here, right, how Americans are buying houses without banks. It's the American Mentee Program that's doing it, right? And I'm going to share everything. It's a done with you and a done for you program, right? There's two. If you want done for you or done with you, man, that means I'm going to be there, just like my mentor was with me, to help you. right? There's a lot of stuff out there, right? People are just not going to do that. You know how many people I've talked to probably in the last 3 months? Oh, I was trying to get somebody to help me, trying to get somebody to help me. Or it's been 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. You're still spinning your wheels. Or this happened and I got started, then I got off, then I got on, then I got off. I get it. It's a freaking roller coaster ride, no different than any other one, right? That's not going to happen anymore. I guarantee you. You spend time with us, you spend time with me. We're going to get in, we're going to rock deals because that's how we make our money. What's the byproduct? The byproduct is, yes, you have to take care of the hard costs because the program's not free. There's an application process as well, which I believe I put in there. I'm not sure if I did, but I'm going to put it in there right now for you. It is a selection process, and where we make sure we're a good fit. If we're a good fit, then we will rock and roll together. If not, then it's okay. Just like the brokerage, maybe sometime down the road. Okay. But let me pull that up real quick and make sure that it is here. I believe is it right here. Let me see. Is this one? Is this it? Let me make sure. Is that it? Yep, right there. You can get your application. You're right there. I'm going to put the link down below. I'll probably pull it up as well. And you can jump on that link. Let's fill it out. Tell us a little bit about yourself. And we'll see if it's a good fit. But let me get back to this here. And obviously, these are the things that you need to learn. Subject to, take over their mortgage. Seller finance, make the seller your bank. Wholesale, find it, contract it, assign it. Lease options, control without owning. There's a lot of people who tapped off that. But I guarantee you when the market starts shifting, people are going to that'll become a hot thing, right? So right now I'm sharing this with you. They're going, what the hell is that? Some people go, oh, no, don't need it right now. Well, yes, leverage. Creative real estate investing is the jam, and it will come back because it always does. Goes in cycles and trends. 9 modules, 30 days to your first deal. That's right. So this is part of the program that we put together so you can roll through it. We'll tap you into the done with you, done for you program. Done for you means we're going to set up, yes, all your marketing, your workflows, your lead gen, websites, and all that good stuff, right? Lead magnets to be able to get sellers to be able to get in touch with you. Now, of course, if there's any extra marketing, those are your costs, pay-per-click, Facebook, all that good stuff, right? But we will, with the done with you, done for you program, we're going to work with you. I'm going to be on the horn with you. I'm probably going to help you get your first 2 deals, and 90% of the work is going to be done by myself, you, and our team, right? So, it's a beautiful, lovely thing. No one's doing that right now. So you just don't have to watch a bunch of videos and then jump into a Facebook group with the blind leading the blind, and hopefully you close some deals, because the percentages are just that. They're going to be super marginal and small. You have a better chance when you're working with somebody one-on-one, as you know, and you'll figure this out if you're in this business long enough and still spinning your wheels. Coaching will get you a little further, but one-on-one is going to get you to where you really need to go, as long as you show up to the party, do not quit, and have a leap of faith and pay attention. Listen, right? Punctual paper bag. Follow directions. And if you execute, I guarantee you're always going to get results. If you follow through correctly, you'll get the results you need to close deals. If you don't follow through correctly, then you're going to get what you get. Yeah, you execute and go, oh, that didn't work, until you get your aha moments from me sharing this stuff with you, and then hopefully you never do it again. But I know from doing this long enough that Americans, or I should say, just human beings, right, are going to make those decisions. And they're going to sometimes, they're going to do the same thing over and over because they got an ego, or they think they know better, or, they can't help themselves. That's just part of their personality, and that's okay too. And like for me, my mentor said, hey, go get this, go get that, go get this. What did I do? I went and got the shit. I didn't ask him 20,000 freaking questions. I went and did it. I came back. Then I asked him 20,000 questions. Then I said, what do I need to do? He said, go do this, go do this, go do that. Set the appointment. Let's go. Let's roll. Let's rock. Let's get a contract. And then, okay, pay me. Cool. No problem. Even then, he was learning me, right? Is that even a word, learning me? He was still teaching me, and said, no, because I don't want to know my first deal with them. A little short story for you, right? Is that I wanted, I think 10, 12, 15,000 bucks, right? And he said, no, I'm not going to do that. I can't do that. I got to pay off the first. I got to work with the first, pay off the second, and I got to pay 4 errors, and I still got to fix it, and I got to put it back on the market. I probably won't see any money for at least 3 to 6 months from now, Eric. We can go 50-50. You got 50K? And he knew I didn't have 50K, so that was the inkling, right? So, okay, cool. Then I said, well, I need 10-15 because I can't do that because it's not going to work for me. I said, shit, all right. Well, how much? I'll pay you 7,000, 8,000 bucks. I said, what, really? He goes, well, you can always go take the deal and try to sell it to those other We Buy House companies or anybody else there. Go to the paper, go call some people and see if they sell it. I said, really? I said, okay, well, fuck, I need that money. Let me excuse my French, right? So I did. I went and tried and I tried and I tried and I got somebody, maybe somebody heard the story before or not, but someone said, yeah, I'll take it. And this is where I developed the Jew me down thing or whatever, and I say that word, I don't care. At the end of the day is, you're going to try to get me to pay less for the property. I said, I'm putting $150,000 on the table for you. All I want is $10K. Well, help me out with this and that and this and that. And you want to try to work me down. So anybody who ever tried to work me down became part of my policy is I won't work with you. All right. The deal's the deal. Just like if you go and get a nice juicy steak and you're going to spend $200-300 in a restaurant, you're not going to ask them for a damn discount. Even if it sucks, are you going to ask them for a discount? No, because they'll probably give you one because they want to have that. They want to take care of their customers. You don't have to ask for it. But if you do, then, hey, you're just a cheapo, right? So get the hell on. Don't come back anymore type stuff, right? And that's part of the policy, and it's part of the AMP Live method, how we do things a little bit differently and unorthodox that I'm going to share with you that's going to help you solidify and lock up these deals so you're different than everybody else, right? Because if you're falling in the line of a sheep, then you're going to get what you're going to get, the slaughter. Or say, let's go this way. This way is the way to rock, right? We're gonna travel. We're gonna take the road less traveled. We're gonna do this together and build something differently together. That's AHA. It still is the cause and mission through AHA, Americans Helping Americans, right? The right seat for the right American. That's what this is, and that's what I'm offering today, and that's what I'm offering you. I guarantee you, there's people that said, "Oh man, I wish you were around 3 years ago." No, you were just cheap 3 years ago and didn't want to spend money. Or you wanted to spin your wheels 3 years ago until you got hammered and beat up and got your butt kicked along the way. And now you're going, shit, I tried some of this. I tried some of that. And I'm going, no, exactly what you have, Eric, Mr. Jimenez, is what I need. And it's true. I know what we have. I know we're sharing this way, way, way too low for the cost of coming aboard. The hard cost, it's pennies on the dollar, and it should be 10 times higher than that. I guarantee it. But for the right seat for the right American, right? And I'm not going to get into all this right here. I'm just going to share this with you. And right here with VIPexecs Realty Lending, presenting our sponsor, preferred funding partner of AHA and AMP Live in the community. Your funding partner is already in the room. They're already there. We've already solved that problem or one of the problems with you, right? Whether it's hard money, DSCR loans, conventional, refi stuff, right? Bridge stuff, doesn't matter. Any type of loan that can be done because of the power of being a brokerage or a broker and tapping into that, where we're already giving it to you. That should be the price of just coming aboard, right? But that's included because we've already worked that out for you, which is a beautiful, lovely thing. And every AMP Live American mentee who becomes a mentee and as a member is introduced to VIPexecs team as part of the onboarding, okay? The lending relationship starts with your first deal. So when you bring a deal, the funding's ready, right? You're going to have access to my direct number, my cell number. We're going to put you in RC. We're also going to add you to the program where you're going to watch some videos, answer questions. You want to make sure, but then we have that where we're actually going to be mentoring you and coaching you and working with you. And which means if we're helping you, that was the whole theme of AHA, right? For helping one American at a time, one property at a time. And it's true, one family at a time, because that one investor is a whole family. So if we're helping one investor to do what they need to do so they can be prosperous in this business, at least give them a shot. Now, it doesn't mean everybody's going to make it. And I'll be honest with you, right? At the end of the day, right? Doesn't mean everybody's going to make it. But if you can just do 1 or 2, 3 deals a quarter, you know what's going to change your life. If you step it up and decide, I'm going to do this full time, it's definitely going to change your life. Now, the founders are already working, right? They're already making their first offers. They're motivated. They're talking to sellers, right? And the young man that's actually got his pipeline overflowing and filling up, and we're talking to sellers, contracts are going out, and people are going to get locked up. They're going to lock up some of those deals. And I'm going to share those later this month in June and July, because June and July is deals month. Deals, deals, deals. I'm hot and heavy on that, as well as this and sharing this with the world, right? Sharing this with all our fellow Americans across the United States of America. Now, if you don't know who I am, obviously I'm your host. I'm your mentor, Erick Jimenez. I'm one of the founders of AMP Live Media. That's the broadcasting media and marketing company. I'm also one of the founders of AHA, Americans Helping Americans, one American at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time. You heard it, right? Because that is the true cause and mission. And obviously now with our newest AMP Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator, it wasn't built as a highlight reel, right? Obviously it was built, from a couple of decades of rock and rolling in this business and knowing what's working and what doesn't work, staying on top of technology and all that boring stuff for others, but I love that stuff. But also the art of the deal, the AMP Live method, negotiating with those sellers. That is the most important part. The mission is the submission, right? So I'm going to share that with you. Obviously, I'm based out of Southern California, beautiful, crazy Southern California. We got to get all those, say, drain the swamp. All right, what happened to that, right? And we still got a swamp here. It's actually an uglier swamp probably than Washington, but that's just my opinion, okay? Everything you need to know before you join, right? Do I need experience to join? No, but if you do, most people who do and join the American Mentee program have been beat up in the industry. They tried to do some deals, did a deal, didn't work, tried this, tried that, spent 30, 40, 50, 75,000 bucks. Some spent 500 bucks, at the end of the day and still spinning their wheels. And you spend 500 bucks, well, you get what you pay for, right? And you get a little, McDonald's, right? Is what it is. So that's the other thing. You can hire an amateur or you can hire a professional. It always costs you a lot more to hire an amateur because you're going to spin your wheels, or they may disappear on you, or you're just going to get a bunch of bad information. Heck, I'm putting my reputation on the line by working deals with you, by partnering up and going on the contract. You know how many people don't do that crap? They rather let all their students and other people do that stuff. Not me. We're going to go on the contract with you. We're going to rock deals. We're going to put deals on the table together. Okay. Now, obviously, the pricing is what it is. Hard costs, you got to take care of those. Do I need perfect credit or a down payment? No, because I'm going to show you how to build your own private bank of OPM, other people's money. But you got to have some credibility, and you're going to piggyback on AHA, piggyback on my experience. My stories will be your stories. It's subject to financing, subject to legal. Of course it is, man. What, guys and gals, when you go get a bank account, you know how many times it says subject to in there? I'm not going to get into the legalities because I'm not an attorney. But at the end of the day, I'm telling you, if attorneys say it's okay and it's been going on for a long time, right, and the banks do it, well, guess what? Yes, it's legal. What is the difference between our American Mentee program done with you and done for you? Well, done with you means it's just, I'm going to be in there. Hey, I'm going to be in there helping you. I'm going to be in there guiding you. But to set up your systems and all that good stuff, yes, you can either hire a team and they do it for you, but you gotta set that stuff all up yourself. You get to pick. It's your business. You get to pick what you want. Your own CRM, your own skip tracing. I will guide you, and we will guide you and say, here's what works and here's what doesn't work. You make a decision on what you want for your business and go from there. Now, the done with you and done for you. Now, done for you is totally different, right? We're going to do both. I'm going to be in there rocking and rolling. We're going to partner up and do deals. We're going to do splits up to a certain amount of time, 6 to 12 months. Going to help you build your brand, going to help you build your team. If it's acquisitions, dispo, marketing, all that good stuff, the full enchilada, think of it as the full business, right? To get you up and running in the next 6 to 12 months, doing deals before that. And depending on what your goals are, maybe it's buy and hold, fix and flip. Maybe it's apartment buildings. Maybe it's storage units. Maybe it's assisted living. It doesn't matter, because once you understand and learn the basics and you build the foundation, you can go anywhere and anywhere, hopefully straight to the top at the end of the day. Because I truly want you to do great. There's a lot of people saying, oh, nobody wants you to do better than them. Yeah, I want you to do better than me. I want you to do better than us. I want you to be a better version of what we're rocking out here, right? And that's true. That comes from the heart, and there's no bullshit. People who know me know that that's true. All right, so let's get into the next part here, right? How does VIPexecs Realty and Lending fit in, right? Well, VIP Realty and Lending is the preferred funding partner for AMP Live and all the American Mentee program mentees. Every member is introduced to VIPexecs team as part of the onboarding before their first deal. Provides the hard money, pre-approved, so we'll get you pre-approved. You got to do an application, no big deal. Do an application so you can get yourself, funded. And so if a deal comes to the table, even if you're doing wholesale, put money in your bank, put money into the business, and they go, boom, a nice juicy cherry pick deal comes on the table, and you go, man, I want to take this for fix and flip, but I don't know how to do fix and flip. No problem. You're with us, right? We're going to help you fix and flip. We're going to share with you. We're going to basically joint venture with you and do the fix and flip with you. Or maybe, you know what? No, I want to take this down for buy and hold. I've been wanting one of these, and one's come on the table, and we're going to help you, but I don't know how to do it. How do I do it SubTo? How do I take it down? How do I cash flow it? We'll help you with all that. Heck, we might even become a partner in that. And you have the option to cash us out. We have the option to cash you out at the end of the day. So it's a very flexible type of program. We've thought about just almost everything at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, conventional exit financing, right? You're going to need that. If you fix it up and you want to put it back in the market or resell it, you want to have someone on your team to make sure that son of a buck's going to get closed, right? Or maybe it's a property that you're going to, refi out. It's a DSCR loan of some sort, right? Maybe it's a cash out refinance. Maybe it's a bridge lending. The relationship starts day one, okay? Not when you're scrambling at the funding table to trying to find out what the heck is going to happen, right? Now, can I really close a deal in 30 days? Of course you can, right? It's totally up to you at the end of the day. You show up to the party, and if you're super aggressive, then we're going to move forward, right? You're going to be, and it's all set up in a way that works. Systemized, right? The first week, we got to get your mind rolling. Second week, but you got to get you understanding how to break down a deal, because if you don't know what a deal is or what a deal is not, how are you going to make any money, right? You're not going to know. You're going to write up offers your butt can't cash, and then we're going to start doing some role play so you can talk to sellers. Then we'll unleash you to the world. Be talking to sellers, getting those submissions, turning those submissions into appointments, into offers, into deals, and then closing them with COE, right? So, hopefully you got a pipeline. You should have a pipeline rocking and rolling when you're working with us the first 30 days, and then writing offers as well as getting contracts sold off. That's where the beautiful part comes in, right? The dispo. You start talking to investors, start talking to buyers, and going through that road, because how do you think that's how you're going to find your private money. And then we're going to show you how to vet them properly, what paperwork you're going to need. Oh, paperwork for a buyer? Yeah. I'm going to share with you on why you should have that, but I'm not going to get into that very deeply. If you have questions, shoot me a DM. My DM is, think with Facebook's doing some weird shit because it said I think it's bullshit. Oh, some activity, this and that. Don't even DM a lot of people, right? I'm getting a lot of DMs now because I think it's part of the jam where people have taught that in the last several years. Do the DM thing, lead generate. So Facebook's coming up with this little thing. I think I shared it on Facebook and Instagram where it's going to say, oh, prove this is you and your identity. No, I've already given you my fucking ID, and fucking go suck a dick at the end of the day. Excuse my French, right? That'll probably get banked out, so TikTok might not like that. But it is what it is, right? And yes, will I probably do it? Maybe. I don't know. Do I really need the DMs? I don't know, right? But there are people that are, just copy and paste and, reach them some other way. But they're doing this identity crap, and it's always something, always pain in the ass, always trying to meddle and dig deeper with people's information. It's not their damn business at the end of the day. I get it, right? It's supposed to be an open website, right? Not a website that they control, and that law didn't even happen. What happened to that? We're going to squash that and do this, that. But call yourself a media company or you're a private company. What are you, right? And who knows, right? Maybe I'll get throttled after talking some shit. Whatever. But the bottom line is here, just forget this 50-seat stuff because there's not even 50 seats available. And this is very, if you see some links for this, for the AMP Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator, jump on it. That just means you're getting a deal, right? Because it's going to be a hybrid. But for the American Mentee Program, that's a totally different jam. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up real quick. So obviously we're all done with that. I'm going to go ahead and share the wholesale calculator with you. But before we do the wholesale calculator, own your piece of America. What happened to that? Own your piece of America. Already 48 minutes. Man, I got to shut this down. Shit. All right. I'll go an hour. Who cares? Here we go. America's 250th anniversary. Say own your own piece of America. What happened to the American dream? Remember that? What happened to the American dream? And I'm going to share it with you right now because you know what? I don't care if you buy the program and you only want to just buy your own house. You want to learn, hey, how can I buy that house and I got jacked up credit? Or how can I buy that house and I got good credit, but I don't have the money? How can I buy that house and go, you know what? I got both. I got good credit. I got some money, but I want to use some leverage. I might want to buy a few more, but I can only buy so much through the bank. Blah, 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 right? There it is right there. AMP Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator for you. Easy peasy stuff. $147. Do it yourself. That's just watch the videos and get in. You want to step it up? You want some live coaching? $19.97. Now, if you want some true one-on-one mentoring, yeah, even now it's at 50% off. 11,000, that's 12 grand? 12 grand for one-on-one mentoring to have someone work with you to help you do deals. You'll make your money back on your first deal, which is amazing, right? If you show up and do what you need to do. And then obviously done with you. Yeah, that's 50% off too. That's actually at 19 grand. It's going to go to, I believe, 39,000 after the second quarter. And that's coming around the corner, right? Probably going, oh my God. Hey, there's people who spent 20, 30, 40, 50,000 for a bunch of videos. You get to go to their live seminars. You get to go to their Facebook groups. You get to go to their lives. But nobody is going to take you by the hand and work with you, work out a deal. They're going to tell you, like I always say, my little famous line, the Erick Jimenez line that says, the operator calls, or they call them, they say, can you help me work out this deal? I'm inside the property, blah, blah, blah. I need some help. They're going to say, sure. Did you go watch video 157 on negotiations? Yes, I did 20,000 times, but I need help. Okay, well, unfortunately, that's not what this program, what you bought. You bought an education program. Good luck to you. Dude. Then they hang up on your ass. That's just the way it goes, right? So, hey, F-bombs and F-bombs, yeah, I'll probably have to delete this or, edit it simply so I can reuse it and repurpose it with our awesome people who actually edits all this stuff and creates the shorts and things of that nature. So, it is what it is. I'm just fired up. I am a motivated person. I come from a place of passion. And yes, S-bombs and F-bombs, that's probably my worst habit is maybe I cuss. I don't drink. I don't smoke. And people go, oh, my God, that's cool. Don't smoke. You don't drink. I don't know. Hey, you don't drink. You should. Why don't you drink? Because I don't. It's just a waste of my freaking time. I don't need to drink. I don't need to feel fulfilled for, the alcohol to make me feel different. I feel the way I feel, and I'm high on life. I'm high on people. I'm high with my family. I'm high on God, right? In God we trust. And as I always say, rock and roll in all you do, because I truly believe that. And that's what I'm here to help you with. All right, so I'm going to move forward with this. I want to share this with you. I'm going to move it. I'm probably going to share a little bit more. America was built by owners. That's right, owners. Remember when you had to go out and they get America? California is open up. It's a gold mine now. There's gold in them there hills, right? And then, hey, go stake your land. Government giving away land and shit. People go stake their land, right? Owners, till they started changing stuff. Owners, but you got to pay taxes on it. Owners, but you got to pay this fee and that fee and that fee and this fee and that fee and that fee and this fee. It's freaking ridiculous, right? But at the end of the day, hey, you play the game until society says, no, we are the game. We are the power. We're not the minority. The opposite is the minority. We are the power, and we dig in and go do it. Have that control, right? Because after all, America belongs to who? America belongs to Americans. Doesn't belong to the government. Doesn't belong to anybody else or any other country. It belongs to Americans who fought and who live here, who do everything they need to do to make America beautiful and awesome and powerful. Not the government, not other people that, yes, gave them power and gave them the permission to do shit, right? But that's why this right here is built by what? America was built by owners. AHA, Americans Helping Americans, exist for one reason: to help every hardworking American own real estate without needing perfect credit, a big down payment, or even the bank's freaking permission. I'm not going to lie. That's why I did it. I didn't have perfect credit. I was coming out of BK. I go, how are you going to become a real estate investor, Eric? Check out that house. It's all burnt down, jabroni. Go buy that piece of shit house. That's just people being cynical, people being a-holes, right? I said, okay, this is what I did. I said it once, and then I just shut the hell up, and I went and did it, right? That's the bottom line, faith. That's right. What was my number one thing? Faith, and in God we trust. That's what got me through everything besides my family, right? Yeah, family is your why. Family is your purpose. Family is why you go to battle to do what you need to do. Also, yeah, maybe that's not, don't take it personal, because the way the woke world is and all this BS at the end of the day, oh, patriotism, what side are you on? I'll tell you what side I'm on. I'm on the side of Americans, right? I'm the guy for the system is set up to freaking keep people from, right? Just like you. The system's not built for you. It's not built for me. I wasn't built with a silver spoon in my hand. I wasn't built from a bloodline of the Abu Dhabi Egyptians or some bullshit. Who knows, right? I'm talking a lot of smack today. It is what it is. I just feel that it's right. That's God. You call it whatever you want. It's a feeling. This is what I'm sharing with you. And I think it's powerful because, look, not everybody's going to align with me, and that's okay. I only want to work with people who want to kick some ass. I only want to work with people who want a piece of America. I only want to work with people who want to take back what is theirs and what belongs to them, right? That's the AHA movement. That's the shit that I write down in my goals and that I read every single month, every morning, right? And to go through it, because that's part of what was built. That's what I'm trying to give back with my little piece. And, it's like the butterfly effect, right? Whatever little thing you do, man, how's that going to help America? How's that going to help people? How's that going to help hundreds of millions of people? Well, you got to start somewhere, right? You got to jump in. To make some ripples in the pool, you got to jump in to make some ripples in what? Even the ocean or even a lake, right? Creative real estate strategies since 2003. That was when I started my journey. That's when I jumped off the cliff, but luckily I cleared the rocks. I jumped into the water. I said, awesome. I love cliff diving now, right? And I went in a different direction. I said, yeah, I was wholesaling before it was even called wholesaling. It was just called creative real estate investing. Buy a house for $10, $100, good credit, no credit. Doesn't matter. Too damn long, not as sexy as I always say, right? When people are talking to me, go, oh, Erick Jimenez. Okay, what? That sounds different, right? Right? Creative real estate investing, so that's what we're sharing with you. We're sharing something with you that only 1% to 3% of American investors know how to do or even want to learn. The old dogs know it, but they're like, no, I just want to go cash, boy. Let's go all cash. I'm like, that's cool. No problem. Let's rock and roll some cash. At the same time, when I talk to them, I'm able to convince them, you know what, you get all that cash, you can 10 times that thing. And it's not a Cardone 10X thing. It's just the truth, right? Because it's leverage. They're like, how can I make that happen? Right? Can you share it with me? Refresh me. It always intrigues people because money is money. And if you can make more of it and leverage time and money, then it's an awesome thing, right? Now I'm going to share with you for the 250th anniversary today. And this is, yes, for the American Mentee Program, all right, as well as the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. This is awesome. 147, do-it-yourself study. There it is. You can go to presale.amplivemedia.com. Heck, I'm going to put up the little bar in here so you can scan that QR code as well, right? But that's do-it-yourself. SubTo, seller finance, wholesale strategies, deal calculators, cold call scripts, AHA community, self-paced learning program. You want to step that up and you want a hybrid? Because we're willing to do that. And I said we're willing to do that. And that's a hybrid of coaching and one-on-one mentoring. You're not going to get the full one-on-one mentoring because time doesn't permit for that. And you can't spend time for that. It just doesn't work, right? Only with the good candidates. I'm not going to say it doesn't work because the good candidates in our founders program and charter program, yep, they're kicking butt. We're touching them, working with them, and they're seeing results. The ones that don't show up, hey, they're lost. So 19 for the live coaching, $1,997. Everything in the do-it-yourself, plus weekly live coaching, real deal analysis, negotiation role play, accountability calls is super important because I'm going to call your butt on stuff. Heck, you can call me on something if you need to. VIPexecs lender access, just right there is for the price of $1,997. It's just for the VIP lender access. And, of course, you get Erick Jimenez live, myself. Hey, we'll chat, we'll laugh, we'll rock, we'll make money together, right? I have the patience, until I don't have the patience. You can go to charter.amplivemedia.com, charter.amplivemedia.com, and I'm going to pull up a QR code in a second. Heck, it's already probably in the chat as well as down below. But I will go ahead and put it back in there as well. Again, let me see, where's it at? And I'll put the 2 links in there for you so you can rock it. I believe it's right there. And then we'll get into our American Mentee Program. That's the purpose for this live today. Every Thursday, we'll be rocking how you can dominate your area with the American Mentee Program, how it's going to benefit you, and how it will work with you in this current market. Now, for the American Mentee Program, it is one-on-one mentoring. That's right, and I say it. Some people won't say, why are you saying that? Is it true? Yeah. 7 days a week if needed, right? Because deals are done Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and they're done after 5 p.m., right, when the banks are closed. Probably thinking, oh, man, I don't want to work 7 days a week. You don't. It's just saying that, hey, if a deal pops on a Saturday, we're going to rock it if the schedule permits, because everything is schedule basis, right? But if something's hot and heavy and we got a deal and we're on the contract rocking with you, guess what? We're going to rock together. There's no excuses. Right? If you don't show up to the party, you don't get paid, right? We're going to show up because we want to get paid. Selective application process, right? Now, I believe that I put that in there already. There's an application. I'm going to put it right in there again. I'm also going to pull up the QR code. And I don't think I'm going to show you any more slides because there's nothing more you really got to see. If you don't see the value in this, you know what? Yeah, you're going to continue to spin your wheels. You're not going to get any deals, and you're never going to get into real estate. I guarantee it. You could try, but unless you're willing to do what needs to be done, it's not going to happen for you. This is a true one-on-one with myself, Erick Jimenez, mentoring. Your deals, your market. That's right, because we're helping you build a business for you. The only way, and that's how we made it reciprocal several years ago. How do we make this program reciprocal? Right? Where you are going to invest in us and we're going to invest in you. Then it becomes reciprocal. And we're both going to make money together. Because if I help you get to where you want to get to, and your business is flourishing in the next 6 to 12 months, and you're doing business even before that, maybe the first, second, third, or fourth month, are you going to be indebted, or at least mentally, and go, man, Erick Jimenez and his team and AHA and Amp Live and everybody, they helped me get off the ground when nobody else helped me get off the ground, when nobody else was there to help me, when nobody else, or the programs I bought were crap, or they're okay, and maybe it was kumbaya and I felt awesome about it when I got in, but then later on I'm going, oh shit, those people going to pay your bills? No, but they'll take your money. What about the people in the program, the students and all that good stuff? Yeah, kumbaya, right? Now sometimes it's for people and sometimes it's not, right? Some people, the mentees usually I work with, are like, man, I don't need no kumbaya. I just need you to help me get me to where I got to get my business, and that's it. And then, well, hey, if we stay on a relationship, we rock deals in real estate together. It's kind of like having a selection of your attorneys, your doctors, your accountants, right? Your people that you're associated maybe in entertainment or, sports or whatever, and, business connections. It's a different jam. I know when I was up and coming and doing real estate, it was like, they have, when you go to the auctions, the good old boys. But for me, when I was rocking deals, yeah, there's a handful of investors that we just share deals with. Boom, you got a deal, let me get that deal. We get a deal. This is moving back and forth, right? You got a deal for me? Boom, I got a deal for you. But real deals, man, real paychecks, real people coming to the office with checks or wire transfers and things of that nature, rocking deals for real. Not none of the bullshit that goes on today. But, that's how it works with any of the probably gurus. I'm not a guru, but any of the other gurus, I guarantee it, right? They're working deals together with each other because they got so many people in their sphere or in their bucket that they, for with their product, that they can cherry pick all kinds of shit. That's the only reason a long time ago I got started going, hey, man, one of these days we're going to come out with a program, and that's what it was designed to do. Now, yeah, it's designed to do that, but now there's a mission behind it, right? That's why it's one-on-one mentoring. I know that I've heard so many horror stories. I go, nobody's doing this because nobody wants to. Nobody wants the liability, but this is what's needed to be able to help people truly, even if it's a smaller pool of people. And that's one-on-one with Erick Jimenez. Your deals, your market, deep accountability. And I mean that, deep accountability. I'm going to hold your shit to the fire, and vice versa. You can hold me. I guarantee you I will always show up. If you don't show up, shame on you. If you don't do what you need to do, shame on you. Right? Shame on you for not doing what you need to do. Premium access? Yes, it's more. I don't even like the word premium. What the hell is that? Premium gas? Right? But access. That means direct access with myself and my team. I'm going to go to battle for you as long as you go to battle for us. If you don't go to battle for us, there's no reason for us to go to battle for you. But we will. We'll be there. We'll show up. Right? We'll show up to kick some ass in the ring. You're going to get my own personal network. In other words, all our resources, all my resources are your resources. All my stories, all our stories are your stories, and that's what's going to get you in the door. That's what's going to give you credibility. That's what's going to give you the leverage that you're going to need. And it's all results focused, right? Results and action. Results and action. If you're not executing, you're not going to get any results. So you need to move forward. If we're going to execute together, we're going to get results, and we massage until you pop and rock all day long and help you build the business that you've always wanted to build. Apply at geterickpaullive.com. Actually, you're going to go right here. You can apply at geterickpaullive.com. Simple thing right there says step 2. If you need a different page here, I think we got the application where you can read it and all that good stuff, or you can look at the steps and blah, blah, blah. But I don't want to confuse you, but definitely take advantage of that application form right there for the one-on-one mentoring program. I'm going to tap into the calculator real quick, 5 minutes, and then we're going to wrap. I don't think I have anything else to share with you. Yeah, I got a bunch of slides all up in here. I'm not going to share them with you. This is probably the most powerful point right here. This is good. You either see the value or you don't, and that's okay. I don't want to work with the people who don't see the value, because then it's just a waste of time. I want to work with the people who really want to change their lives, who really want to do something and get a taste of what it's like to make that money, to write a fat check and not have to look at the freaking check. Just boom, we're done. Get it. All right. I don't think let me see this one here. Yeah, I'll share it with you, but I'm not going to go into it for the different programs that are here. Some testimonials. There's a testimonial page, I believe, that's down below. You can go check it out, right? This, belly to belly. Yes, I believe in that. Yes, you can do phone deals on the phone, but you need to know when to do them. The American Mentee Program, one-on-one coaching and mentoring by Erick Jimenez, application only. Not everyone gets in. All right. The American Mentee Program is very selective. It's an application. Yes, it's a simple conversation. Eric, no, doesn't mentor everybody. No, I don't mentor everybody. He mentors the right ones. And I'll know from your story whether we have a parallel world, whether we're aligned, whether if I don't think I can help you, I don't want your money. There's good money and bad money. I don't just say, hey, man, I'll point you in the right direction, guy or gal, and say, go do that and go do that first and then come back. Or not. Hey, if you're successful at it and works out for you, then awesome. Right? Or if you got a bad attitude, no, that's the last thing I need you to do is to share with me and tell me how to mentor you or treat our staff like crap. Very, 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 very rare that ever happens. Maybe 1%, if even that, 0.5% or 0.25%, because we're very selective, right? If you're ready to go all in, then I guarantee you this is for you. And that's an opportunity. So when an opportunity comes, don't F it up. Make it happen. Step 1, fill out the application. Apply at getericpaullive.com application. It's right down in the chat. Step 2, review the testimonials. I didn't tell them, hey, we didn't write them. These are people where they said, man, thank you. I prayed and you came. I spent $36,000 on a program, a year and a half, 8 months, nothing. I'm working with you in 2, 3, 4 weeks, a month, and all of a sudden, I'm getting contracts. I'm talking to sellers. I'm rocking and rolling here. Why didn't they tell me the same thing, right? It happens. It's just the way it is. I got a contract in 14 days. Only because they showed up and they're rocking. That's right. They showed up every day. Boom, let's go. Right? They're on a time frame. You make it happen, it's gonna happen. Book your breakout call, right? Now, I believe I should have a booking link somewhere in here, but just it's the same thing as the application. The booking link is just going to be a little easier. If you need the link, then just DM me or shoot me a text or email or something. But book your breakout call. Let's rock. Let's chat. Let's get you up and running. As I always say, rock and roll in all that you do. In God we trust. And let me see what we got here. So obviously, there it is. One decision. It's yours to make, right? America was built by owners. Join the HA, Americans Helping Americans, Amp Live family, and own your own piece of America. Own your own piece, period, by building a business, along with VIPexecs, realty, lending, and investments, and luxury properties. You can book your breakout call right there. And there's the link there. I believe I don't think it's in the chat, but I'll put it in the chat before we roll, right? So here we go. That's it. All right, that's the launch. That's our little thingy. But let me go ahead and get into this real quick. Okay, the calculator. All right, the wholesale calculator is brand new. I believe there's a program that's going to roll out. It's like $37. It'll be a little whole kit to help you all out, right? So you can analyze your wholesale deals in real time. This is already plugged in, so I'm going to go through it, okay? So here we go. Got a deal right here. In this area, I believe it's LA, $425,000. Lowest comp, 340. Highest comp, 458. 57 days on the market. Estimated repair cost, because it's already cleaned up and it's been cleaned up, so we're estimating about $10,000 to $15,000. We put 10,000, 10% contingency. You could change all this too. It's going to change it, right? Cosmetic, moderate, full, gut. Cosmetic. I like cosmetic. I'm not into the full or the guts, but hey, other people are. Go for it. Seller's asking price, $425. Motivational, low, medium, high, very high. Very high is going to be 80. They need to sell. They're on a scale of 1 to 10. High or medium, hey, maybe that a 5 and above. Low is going to be 1 to 5, right? They're not very, they're just throwing out the market, testing out the market. That's better for an agent. Buyer's side, we put in those numbers. Buying side, closing costs, earnest money deposit. End buyer side. Here we go, the end buyer cost right here. If someone say you're doing the numbers for an investor, right? You don't know what's going to be, but you're just going to average it out, or you can just leave it blank. But we're going to put it in here like if investors going to go out and get private money, because a lot of them do, right? 9%, 2 points. Now loan amount, $260K. Staging and marketing, you can put that in there or not. Agent fees, for sure, you got to put in. Seller concessions, 1%. Target assignment fee, $20,000, $15,000, right? Maybe we'll change it, but we'll leave it at 15 for right now. Is it assignment? If you need to put in the numbers, you click that and it'll figure out double close. You're going to do a JV split with somebody, boom, there it is, right? Put in your percentages. End buyer's minimum profit, right? We're thinking, hey, 45, 55. 55 is California, but there are some investors that I've talked to here in Southern California for San Bernardino and Riverside County. They're cool with 28, 27, 35,000 bucks. So 45,000 would be juicy. That's double what they're wanting. Double close, put in some money right there. What it's going to cost for double close. Now your contract price, 310,000 bucks. Your assignment price, 324.99. It's going to grade it with the deal grade, pass or restructure, right? This is a D. All right. Maximum allowable offer math. I'm not going to go through all these numbers. You figure it out at the end of the day, but I'm going to share it with you because it's going to pop it out for you. Now you can, hey, you can kick off your shoes and count your toes and all that good stuff. But I always do say, hey, double, triple your work, double, triple check your work. Okay. Tongue twister. All right. So here's the numbers right here. I'm going to look at my favorite part, right? Okay. Wait, hey, let me see. What's this? Wholesale profit, $14.99, right? It's 15, a little bit, almost close to 15K. You got 3.5% if you put a percentage on it. Assignment fee, $14.99, or if you do a double close, $13,499, right? All right. So spread, 118,000 equity. Deal discount ARV, right? So we're looking at this as just as kind of some indicators, right? Average, because the days on the market, so it's average, not too bad, right? Comp spread's a little, it's wide, right? The condition impact, cosmetic, low risk. But here's the part for the investor that they're going to want to look at, right? And the part you're going to want to look at, make sure it feeds their criteria. And inside, when you join the American Mentee program, show you how to vet those buyers, right? Because a lot of them are going to say, oh, just send me a good deal, send me a deal. Well, I always say, don't have a crystal ball. I don't know. I don't know what a good deal is to you, what a good deal to you, and what a good deal is to me is maybe two different things. And it happens, right? I want 30 grand. I want 55,000. I want 10%. I want 20%. Heck, I want some of those unicorn deals, right? And these are all terms that you're going to run into if you're new. If you're seasoned, you're probably, hey, you're hearing this already, and you go, oh, I already know that stuff, right? Now, end buyer profit analysis, right? All in, 324,000, rehab, hard money costs, the points and all that good stuff. End buyers at about 50,800 bucks. Buyer profit margins about 12%. Buyer return investment 13.6, and that's fine. Some people want 15, 20%, then it may not work for them, right? Because maybe they want more. Maybe they want that unicorn. I got to do at least 100, 150. Okay, well, this deal is not for you, right? But it's okay. But it's going to meet what I put in because I know what buyer may want this. If the buyers are willing to pay higher, then I would adjust it up here by putting in here, okay, what's my assignment fee going to be? What do they want to make, right? Now, if I put this in here and I change this to, hey, maybe I just want to do 35. It's going to adjust it down here. As far as what you got, 35, what we got? 35 end buyers, premium profit, 35 double close. We're going to do here, contract price. So it's going to change this a little bit, probably for the numbers. Right over here. Let me see, 425. Over Mayo or maximal allowable Mayo. I hate that word Mayo. Oh, maximal allowable offer. But it's just it's mostly going to adjust this for you. It was pretty easy. It's not hard, easy peasy to do. I believe that's going to be rolling out as a separate little program for, I think it's like $37 or something like that. I'll let you know when it rolls, but it'll definitely help you out. Let me go back to this here. Hopefully that was lightful for you. Hopefully it was educational. Let me go and put that up here for you. This is all about every Thursday, the AMP Live Real Estate Investing Meetup. AMP Live, obviously networking. There's going to be, obviously, it's all about creative real estate investing. It's AMP Live marketing strategies. If I can get Al to come aboard and kind of share some scenarios and private money and all that good stuff, that'll be great. I'll see what I can do with that. And obviously inviting other people. Now, if I stick to it at 2 p.m., we're going to do this every Thursday. Then, yes, we'll be doing this every Thursday. We'll be talking about, yes, the American Mentee program, but also deals that are rocking, Q&A if you have questions, people and guests that I want to share with, the founders and mentees and obviously charter members that are going to come aboard and work with us or are working with us as well, and hearing their stories and hearing it from, the horse's mouth, I should say, right? So that's something I want to share, and we'll go from there. AMP Live TV, always real, raw, and standing for truth. It's the home of the AMP Live Real Estate Show. Obviously, your host here of AMP Live, Erick Jimenez of AMP Live and VIPexecs. I'm going to put my brand up here, Erick Jimenez, AHA. Definitely love to work with you. Definitely send those deals down the wire. I appreciate you and everybody who's been shooting deals down to the DM. I just can't respond because Facebook's got some stuff locked up, wants me to put in the ID and all that good stuff. Maybe I'm just protesting a little bit, as I always do, right? Saying, boom. I want to talk to them first and say, what's this crap all about at the end of the day? If you see something being detected, if it's not me, then it's not me at the end of the day, because I know I don't use the DM that much, right? Or we don't, but not as much as we used to. Heck, that's how we used to recruit, right? Now everybody and their mother's doing it. And that's probably why. So, and I heard that from a few other people that Facebook's doing that. Oh, my DM's not working. This is not working. That's happening. It's just a really finicky, weird type of thing, right? It's kind of crazy. Very intrusive, but it is what it is, okay? So I'm going to wrap this up. Rock and roll in all that you do. Let me go ahead and pull up that QR code. I'm going to rock it down right here. I believe it's right here. I think this one, Get in the Game. This one's going to be a bonus just for you. Get in the game right there. If you scan that QR code, right, it's awesome. It's something very special. All right, take advantage of it if you can. What's the matter? It's not. What happened there? What's it doing? Let me do it again. No. All right. What's this one right here? Okay. It's acting weird. Huh? Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. So maybe some technical issues. No big deal. But keep on rocking and rolling. I'm going to go ahead and sign off right here. Definitely reach out. Today is Thursday, Deals Day. So if you got deals, send them down the wire. Shoot me a text. Shoot me an email. Shoot me a DM. Heck, reach out on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or LinkedIn, any of the social media platforms. We'd love to chat with you, talk with you, and see if we can work some deals, right? I'll probably come back maybe later on today around 6 p.m. or so, or not, and I want to share some of the deals and some of the stories that sellers are coming up with. And yes, they're probates, pre-foreclosures, crazy tired landlords and stuff, that want to get rid of the deals and they're frustrated and tired, but still want, top dollar and gold, right? It's always the story. It's just a matter of just working with them, listening to them, right? And then trying to put together a solution, really. It's the AMP Live method. All right, so without further ado, rock and roll and all what you do. Thank you very much for watching. In God we trust. God bless you with abundance, prosperity, health, and wealth. Thank you for our partners, VIPexecs Realty, VIPexecs Realty, Lending and Investments, and Luxury Property Step into Excellence. Powered by AMP Live Media, media broadcasting and marketing company. Thank you. It runs our AMP Live TV and the AMP Live Real Estate Show. Thank you very much. Keep on rocking and rolling. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.